Right, okay, is it working? Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream this evening. It is Monday, the 8th of December. Christmas is going to be on us very soon. But we're back with some more randomised races tonight, and the randomiser has not been kind to me. I don't do well in the karts, and especially around this track. Oh boy, do I hope there's a few more people are going to join us. Otherwise, Gamer Dan will be lapping me about 10 times. But there we go. Just the chat's gone through. It's gone crazy already. Borky, good evening to you. Ollie as well. Good evening, Gamer Dan. Greg White. Everybody's in the chat at the moment. Nico is in. No, he isn't. Nico received a gifted membership from Dan. Dan, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And yeah, Greg is in. I know he's been working on the race for tomorrow, the TCSRL one. I've not managed to even look at that yet. Haven't got a clue about the car. Haven't got a clue about anything. I don't even know what track we're doing. I am so out of touch with everything. William, good evening. Borky, how do I find the lobby? It's saying there's not one open. Do you know what? Since the update, something has gone wrong with the regions. Borky, I have a funny feeling that you're looking on a US region, not the European region, because I've had several US people last week said to me they couldn't find the lobby and they couldn't get in. There's a lot of people jumping in, which makes me think. Oh, Greg says it's Road Atlanta. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, I think it is open, and at the moment we've got everybody in sort of Europe is on. I know Gamer Dan's got the South African flag up, but he's in the UK, and yeah, there's been 2 or 3 people last week that were saying in overseas, as in outside of Europe, that couldn't find us. I'm hoping Borky does, because if we get enough races in for this one, it does mean I will be able to drop out. And oh, there he is. Good man. He's found us. Yeah, and hopefully I'll be able to jump out and do some commentary on this one, because I really don't do these karts. I really don't. Oh, good. So Danak has got a gifted 4SGT, Hugh Hattrick, and Kick has got one, an IRL250. That's the 5-3 ones that I am able to push out. I'll do another 5 during December, but congratulations to you guys. And also congratulations to Nico Tech Global, that got one from Gamer Dan earlier on. And again, a massive thank you to Gamer Dan for throwing out that gifted subscription. We've got a few people in now for this one. So let's go and have a look and see how they're doing. And so we've got Ollie and Gamer Dan chasing each other at the moment. I'm probably going to sit out and commentate this one. I'm not very good around Tsukuba at the best of times, and in the karts I'm an absolute liability. Greg's just saying I did a few Daily B earlier. We'll do a few laps after the lobby races to see how tyres go for the XCC. Yeah, I'm probably going to do a little bit of practicing at some point, but also I want to have a look at the Daily Race B, because that's at the new track, the As Marinas track, which looks pretty good. Number 1, good evening. But yeah, busy day in the office today. I hope you've all had a good day and a good weekend. I had a quiet weekend, definitely needed it, and been doing a little bit of work on the power pack. I've now got to the point where I can do an endurance race, and now I need to just redo a correction video just to correct something that I'd said. And Mad Mikey's corrected me on something, or not exactly corrected, but confirmed that something that I had I thought was the case isn't the case. So I need to get that done, and I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow, all being well. So Gamer Dan is going well. We've got Drat Fury as well. He's got his Herbie overalls on. He's got the skull on the front of his cart. Discord is going a bit crazy at the moment. Give me a second. Okay, that's fine. I'm just keeping an eye on a few bits and pieces at the moment that's going on. So Richard Source, he's in a very colourful car. Blue, red and yellow. Looking nice. So we're going to get this one away at 10 past as usual. And, oh, Borky just coming through. He's in a stealth black. So he's going to stealthily come through the pack and take the win. You watch, you watch, you watch. You mark my words. You mark my words. Wheels Racing in the red and white car. Ollie in a grey cart. I'm just parked up at the moment. Number one Pops just joined us. Never give up. Precision graphics. Okay. Couldn't read what it said in the back of his overalls. Couldn't read it. Oh dear. We just want to say big congratulations to Lando Norris yesterday for becoming world champion. I'm assuming the FIA haven't decided that the cars were illegal or anything underhand was done. But nice to see a new world champion. I thought I'd put on the McLaren top just because I've got McLaren and Red Bull up here on my shoulder. Can't imagine why. Cannot imagine why. Yeah, end of the Formula One season, and we're looking forward to 2026 now, and some quite significant changes to the car, and see if that mixes things up a little bit, and see if we can bring some of the other teams towards the front of the grid. And I think probably one of my standout racers for this year, I think, was Carlos Sainz. I think he to come back from having no race, no drive, to getting Williams on the podium twice was absolutely outstanding. Number one Pop says my cars tonight are all Lando based. Oh, I'm going to look forward to that. So right, where are we? So it's 7 minutes past. Oh yeah, look at the livery on number one's Karts. That looks very much like Lando's helmet. Here he comes. Let's have a little look as he comes out. I'm going to grab my tea whilst he's doing that. Yeah, I mean, everybody that follows me will know that I'm a Red Bull fan because of it goes right the way back to Minardi and the arrows at the White Factories in Milton Keynes. So I've followed them all the way from those dark days when they were right at the back of the field and operating out of a single unit, and to work on one car they had to push another car out the garage. A far cry from where they are with Red Bull now, but I followed them all the way through. But I've been rooting for Lando Norris all year long, so I'm so pleased. Ollie, he says, I'm literally dressed as Lambo. That's Lando. Oh, cool. He's such a popular winner, isn't he? Such a popular winner. I did feel a little bit sad for Max for not getting the fifth and matching Michael Schumacher. But also it's nice, I think, for the legend that is Michael to keep the 5 in a row record. Max can't continue to rewrite the record books, as it were. Richard's also been a McLaren fan ever since Coulthard and Mika were the only cars that could challenge Schumacher. Oh, I remember those days. I used to be split between Red Bull and McLaren, actually, because I remember the days of Prost and Senna, and those days were absolute golden age of motor racing. Well, not quite golden because the 60s would be golden, but you know what I mean. That the Prost and Senna years, Formula One cars were Formula One cars then, and yeah, I used to really love watching those guys going for it. Weekend, well, it's every other weekend back then, wasn't it? But it's lovely to see McLaren back at the top. Right, bear with me a second. I've just got something I've got to get. Bear with me, Right, that's better. Oh, that was a bit girly. I just broke a nail. And while I was talking to you, I was trying to just break the edge off because it was a sharp bit on my nail. And I couldn't break it off. So I've just had to dive outside and get the scissors and cut it. I don't even... Mikey, good evening. FIFA, hello as well. Thank you for popping in. Mikey says, mid-80s, golden age for me. So many great champions racing. Absolutely is. It's a golden age for me too. 70s and 80s were where I really got into Formula One. Right, let's get this one underway. So we've got Wheels Racing, Gamer Dan, Richard Source, Ollie, Drac, Borky, and number one. Let's go racing. I'm a minute over while I was trying to get my finger sorted out. Right. Come on. Let's get some details on. So we've got 10 laps around Tsukuba. We're going to have Gamer Dan. He's going to lead Drac Fury, Ollie, Wills, Richard, number one, and Borky away. Those are your 7 runners for this one. We are away at Tsukuba in the sunshine. It's sunny. Oh, we got somebody who is struggling at the back. Was that number one? Did not get away at all. I think his kart must have stalled on the line. Hopefully his mechanics get out there and give him a push. Oh, Gamer Dan just getting a little bit wide onto the edge of the track there. There's a few other little wobbles, but Drac Fury's looking around the outside. Gamer Dan has closed the door. Drac Fury's just going to have to tuck in behind. So at the moment, it is Gamer Dan 0.2 of a second ahead of Drac Fury, who is about half a second ahead of Richard Source, who's got Ollie tight behind him. Who's got a car going spearing off into the grass there. I don't quite know who that was. Somebody's recovering. I don't know who that was. But up front, we've got these 3 that are running very, very close together with Borky just off the back. So Drac Fury making a move on Gamer Dan. Gamer Dan's going to hang it around the outside. No, he's going to try and get back underneath. Can he make that one stick? He's so close to Drac Fury, almost pushing each other through that corner. Rich is just off the back. Gamer Dan moves to the inside, tries to take the inside line. Drac Fury just sees him at the last minute there with a little bit of a squiggle. But he does come out of the corner in first place. So it is Drac Fury from Gamer Dan from Richard. But anything can happen in this one. It could change very, very quickly around here. It's a very short circuit. Ideal for these karts. Gamer Dan making a move up the inside. Oh, big slide there and just slid in behind Drac Fury to pick up a beautiful toe. Pushing each other through here at the moment. Dan looking for a way through the inside there. Looks like he has got alongside now. He's going to get that one made, and Richard is looking to take advantage as well. We're going 3 wide into the very, very fast right-hander. Richard well placed. There are 3 aside. Drac Fury gets shuffled to the back. It is now Richard Source out front from nowhere. Gamer Dan in second and Drac Fury in third. But as I say, that it all changes again. Richard from Drac, from Gamer Dan, and Borky just off the back of this. Borky's just watching and waiting. Oh, he goes a bit wide onto the grass as well. That's going to mean he's dropped back a little bit as we see Drac Fury making a move on Richard Source, trying to make a move around the outside. Can't quite pull that off. Richard's got that nicely covered as we go down into this little sweeping section. And we sweep down through the left-handers into the hairpin. Almost like a spoon, this one. Drac Fury with a big slide. That's letting Richard Source get away a little bit more. Gamer Dan closing up. Borky at the moment just a little bit off. 1.5 seconds off, but it's 0.4 of a second between Richard and Drac Fury and 0.4 between Drac and Gamer Dan. So it's all very, very, very even out the front at the moment. But as you've seen, one kart just slides a little bit wide and they can get into trouble. Another kart can just get up the inside and it can all change again. Gamer Dan closing up. Drac Fury looking for an inside on Richard, who's gone a little bit wide. That's going to let Drac have the outside for this one, the inside for this one, the outside for the next one. And who's going to come out of this in front? Oh, Richard and Drac Fury with the slightest of touches there. But Drac Fury, I think, has still got the advantage. He's got the inside for this one and he's going to make that stick. all the time. Gamer down behind can just see this little battle going on in front, and he's closing. We're going to go 3 wide into the hairpin again. Not quite. A Gamer down and Drat Fury side by side. Richard saw that, stayed out of trouble, and I think Richard could come out of that in front. He has. What a bit of anticipation there, and really reading the race well by Richard. I think he could see that Gamer Dan and Drat Fury were just going to have a slightest little touch, and that enabled him just to beautifully place his cart and come through. We're on lap number 4. Gamer Dan right off the track, and Borky going off onto the Astro as well. Gamer Dan down the inside. Drat Fury just off the back at the moment. Richard goes a little bit wide into that corner. Nice to sweep back under Gamer Dan. They're using different lines, but it's working well. Gamer down on the inside. Drat Fury trying to follow through. That's going to shuffle Richard to the back of this 3. It's change at the front. Absolutely nothing in it with these 3. It could be down to absolutely any one of them. And all the time, Borky is just off the back, waiting to pounce. Gamer down now going for a lunge up the inside. Drat Fury just getting hung out to dry on the outside of the corner there. Gamer Dan leaving him loads of room though, so absolutely no problems there. Drat Fury trying to go around the outside, and we go 3 wide, proper 3 wide into this corner. Gamer Dan, Drat Fury following through. Richard trying to tighter line. Oh, Drat Fury with a big slide there that turned into a 360 spin. He's dropped it. That's let Borky through up into 3rd. So unfortunately, Drat Fury was the first of the 3 at the front to drop it. The pressure possibly telling there. But we now got Gamer Down and Richard Source. Gamer Down out front. Richard just 0.2, actually 0.6 of a second now. Or now 0.3. So the delta time jumping around all over the place at the moment. But Borky's 4 seconds back at the moment. So on lap 6 of 10, it's really down to Gamer Down and Richard Source. Just a little bit towards the back now. We've got Wheels Racing is running in 7th. Ollie in 6th. Outlaw in 7th, just chasing down Drat Fury after that spin. Otherwise, all of those guys are fairly spread out. Borky is 5 seconds ahead of Drat Fury, but again, nearly 5 seconds behind Richard. But the main battle here is between Richard Source and Gamer Dan. We've got a yellow flag up, which means that Richard Source cannot make an overtake at this point. He's going to be watching out for the green. In the meantime, just tucking in behind. Don't want to get a penalty now. A penalty on the yellows would be really costly. These 2 guys really going well. Fantastic race with the 3 for the longest time, but as we reach halfway through the race, unfortunately Drat Fury managed to get a big old slide through one of the corners, got it 90 degrees, and then it went around, and Richard and Gamer Dan have seized the opportunity to pull away. Richard just taking a nice tight line there, trying to get a better exit. I think those 2 are now side by side again as we come down to this fast, tight right-hander. I think this is where Drat Fury dropped it on the exit of this curb. No such mistake for these 2. They're going well. Gamer Dan using all of the curb. Richard with a slightly neater line through there. We've got the yellow flag out yet again, so Richard is going to have to just tuck in behind. Oh, please tell me he didn't overtake under yellows. Oh, I can see the green flag. Oh, he did. No. Richard got by under the yellows. That's going to give him a 3-second penalty. They are 7 seconds clear at the front at the moment. 8 seconds clear. So I think that has just gifted it to Gamer Dan. We were saying earlier on about a yellow flag infringement was going to be costly. Little did I know that there was another one coming, and unfortunately Richard was going to get caught up in that. So Richard just slowing down. Gamer Dan breezes on by. You can see now that actually is down lifted a little bit because he's 1.4 ahead, whereas Richard had a 3-second penalty. So just wondering if something happened with Dan, whether he missed a gear or slowed down, or I'm not quite sure, but we were enjoying an absolutely fantastic battle between Gamer Dan and Richard for the longest time there. Dan 2 seconds ahead at the moment. Borky has closed up on Richard, but Richard is very, very much in clean air at the moment. And then just a little bit further back, we've got Borky ahead of Drac Fury by 2.5 seconds. Drac is 0.6 ahead of number one. So number one is closing up at the moment. And we've also got Ollie in the background too. We've got another yellow flag out. So looks like somebody is struggling. I think that might be Will's in the background on the grass there. I'm not entirely sure. But at the moment, it is Gamer Dan out front by some 7.7 seconds. Since he hit the front, he has been in a class of his own. Borky now is in second, and it looks like Richard has dropped to third. So it looks like Richard might have had a bit of an incident too. We've got number one going round. Big slide almost into the pits there as Drac Fury makes a move on Richard's source. Richard looks across just to see Drac Fury going through. So Richard down to fourth now after being ahead with Gamer Dan for such a long time in this race. Oh, I did say it can change brutally in this particular race. These karts around here, it's a tight, twisty, quite technical track in the karts, but Gamer Dan is going to be coming around the hairpin for the last time. He's 9 seconds out in front, showing the class that he's in. He can't flash his lights at me, so we're getting a little bit of a waggle. Don't spin it, my friend. Don't spin it. Now, that would be a very silly thing to do. But round he comes. Going very, very well indeed. Oh, he's off. He's off. He's off. He's on the grass. He's around. Did he hold it? Oh, I think he did come across the line in first. Just behind is Borky, Richard. Very, very close together. Borky does get it on the line. Richard in third. Drac Fury gets fourth. Ollie fifth. Number one with Wheels Racing right on his back bumper. But number one Pops does come across the line. And then Wheels Racing. Wow. That was incredible. What a race. Do you know what? I'm glad I wasn't racing that one, because I would still be running now and we'd have missed what was an absolutely amazing battle between Dan, Drac and Richard for the longest time. Half of that race, those three were locked together, and it was change after change after change. I couldn't keep up. Now, unfortunately, Drac dropped it, and then Richard and Dan gapped the rest of the field. And then at the end, Dan running away with it whilst Richard was trying to close up. But, well, Gamer Dan, your winner by some 8.4 seconds. Borky in second. Richard Source in third. Just ever so slightly behind. Nothing on the line. 0.1 of a second. And Richard Source does get the fastest lap. A 1:00.307, just showing how hard he was pushing there. Drac Fury in fourth. Ollie with a fine time as well, and another 1:00.3. Just a little bit slower than Richard, but nice shout out to him too. Number one Pops with a couple of spins and wheels as well in sixth and seventh. But Dan, Borky and Richard are your 1, 2 and your 3 for that one. What a race. What a banger of a race that was. Absolutely phenomenal. Ollie's not a fan of the karts, neither am I. William, I had a mare. I was 1 lap back. And then Ollie says there was no reason for a yellow when you got the penalty, Richard. Oh, no, not good. Trigger, good evening. I don't think I've ever seen a kart being pitted for tyres. Is it possible? I haven't got a clue. Oh, dear. Welsh boy. Never see the yellows. I don't either. I'm always missing them. And Richard was just saying that he didn't actually see the yellow that was handed out there. Sfifa, good evening to you. Mad Mikey as well. Everybody that's jumped in, welcome. And oh, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal that was. Loved every single minute of that one. Right, we are off to we're off to Mount Panorama for this one in the Impreza Gr.x STI Isle of Man. This is a cracking combo. Really, really good. It's almost like a GR4 on steroids, this one. I really, really love it. And we'll see how things go. And we've got some good races actually tonight. let me just go and grab my car. So manufacturer will come down to Suzuki. Of course, with all the new cars, everything's all moved around. I was a bit confused there because Skoda is at the end of Z. Why is Skoda? Probably because of the tilde on the top. Very, very strange. Anyway, Subaru Isle of Man is the one that we want. What tyres are we on? We're on racing soft, medium and hard for this one. I'm just going to go racing soft, I think. Should be okay. I would hope that we would be okay. And I am going to start this one at let's go 35. Let's go 35. Ollie, it's a weird glitch since the new update that happened to me on the Canadian track the other day. Gamer Dan says, that PlayStation Racer, have we not renamed it to Mount Gamer Dan yet? Yeah, we ought to. We ought to. We ought to. We ought to. Right, let me just get out there and just see what we can do. We could have sore thumbs this evening. DRS on this one, and then we've got DRS on the Porsche as well later on. Whoa! Okay, don't hold the DRS all the way into the corner. It's not a good idea. How many more walls am I going to hit tonight? FaZe, good afternoon, good evening. How you doing? Whoa! Okay. Don't go into that corner holding the DRS button. It's not a good idea. Who have I got in front of me? So we've got 5 minutes of practice and then we'll get going. Whoa! Extraction like a proper Subaru now, this does. Sticks like glue until it doesn't stick. Ollie with a 204.315. Something tells me Dan's going to have something to say about that. I do like the way that we've got the lap times up in the top corner now. I do like that feature. Whoa, we've gone around again. It's twice into that corner I've dropped it. Peter, good evening. How are you doing? Uh, 4 minutes to run. I want to get down that hill and just make sure I can get through that corner. I'm leaving so much paint around this course. It's just not silly. It almost feels like I'm on hard tyres. I do not remember this car being this loose and slidey. They changed something in the update, I wonder. What's my Genesis going to be like, I wonder? Get it slowed down before you start turning. .206 is a little bit better, but still only good enough for 6th. Oh, you've definitely got to get it slowed down in a straight line. It does not like the brake with any sense of speed and steering lock on. Which is going to be interesting down here, where I'm normally trail braking significantly. Can we get through this corner down the bottom here this time? Dan, the king of the mountain, 203.415. What's that? 2 seconds ahead of everybody else? That's just letting us people know that he's in the room. Richards close that down. 204.5. Done a 2056. Wow. Wow. Dan parked up in the Monster Energy car. The one that is the one to beat. Richard is out on track though. You can see how slippery this car is on the road, on the track surface. Oh, beautiful line through there. Some great lines. Richard's just showing. Oh, and then he gets two wheels on the grass, throwing grass clippings everywhere, and then all a big crash through the over the top of the mountain there, as he put it across the tarmac, across the concrete bit, the edge of the corner. So we've got FIFA is out at the moment. Right, just got 3 minutes, and then we shall get going. Just want to check something in here. So right, so we got. Who have we got? Right. So we've got Wheels Racing, Greg White, Gamer Dan, FIFA, Richard Source, Ollie, me, Jack Fury, Rita, Borky, number one Pops in this one. Let me just double check actually. Bear with me a second. Just got a little bit of housekeeping to do. If I go into other this. Okay, no worries. We just put FIFA in there very quickly. Right, so if I go into here and we go edit, and I need to put in MQRS. So the game name is okay. So I'm just trying to catch up with all of that, 'cause it's becoming very, very, very difficult to keep up with all of the registered names at the moment. We got over 50 now, and it's getting a bit difficult for me to remember everybody, and also to manage the list, because it's not easy when people register. It's not easy for me to put them in that registered racers list, and then of course I've also got to set them up as registered racers as well. So quite a lot of admin that goes on, but we are getting there. Right, let's get going and see how we do. So we're starting off in 7th in this one. Good luck, everybody. Oh, I think there was a bit of an accident there. I don't know what happened there. I think Tifa's just dropped back after a little bit of a bump with Greg. Oh, I got number 1 right on my back bumper. Getting me down way out front at the moment. Ollie's 2nd, Richard 3rd. Right, remember, Mitch, this corner at the bottom here is not clever. Me down out front, Ollie 2nd, Richard 3rd, and I'm 2 seconds behind Richard at the moment. Looks like the guys up front are about a second off each other. Once again, just trying to turn while braking in this car is not clever. Just losing traction all the time through there. Oh, there's a battle going up front. Ollie and Gamer Dan, I think they're having a bit of a battle together. We're a little bit too far to see, but going through that corner at the bottom here, very, very, very close to each other. Might even have gone through this little left-right, almost side by side. That could be giving Richard an opportunity to close up. Still side by side. Richard 3 seconds ahead now of me, but catching up with the two up front. I'm 3.3 to FIFA behind. Those two guys out front are still going for it. I'm going to need an accident or something up front to help me. Three of them fairly close together now. Probably about a second between them, I would guess, but difficult to tell from where I am. But it's Ollie from Gamer Dan and then Richard in third. Oh! Got somebody going off there, I think. Yellow flag is up. Ollie out front. Him down right in front of me now. So I don't know what was happening back there, I can assure you. Let's keep pushing. He is 6 seconds down the road, ahead by a country mile. Starting to get the feel for this car now. Just dancing it over the top of the mountain. He's 6.1 out front by a long old way. Mind you, we've got a 204 and a 204, and we're not a lot quicker this time. Lap time's fairly consistent. A little bit too ginger through there. I'm in the wall. Come on. Ollie is absolutely running away with this. Sorry, Dan. It was me in the wall. Got bad damage on the front now. That's going to hurt through here. Big time. You just know it is. Oh, the front end's gone. Got no front end on this thing at all. You've got to clean up before we get down the bottom here. Ollie, 9 seconds ahead now. Okay, we've got a good car now. Where's Dan? It's closing up. Wow, Ollie, what a win. Miles out in front. Absolutely monstered that one. 9.3 seconds. Wow. What a race. I had Dan chasing me down. I'm pretty sure Dan could have taken me at any point in that one. He's saying congratulations, but I'm pretty sure he gave that one to me. 1 or 2 bumps I did notice. But could be interesting if there's any stewards' inquiries coming out, but I kept my nose clean on that one. Oh boy, did I keep my nose clean. I do love that track and I love that car. It's a beautiful combination. One of the tracks I'd love to see Gran Turismo put in this would be the Ironman TT. The Manx track would be awesome. I know it's a motorbike track, but it would just be incredible if they were to drop that one in there. Oh, a clean race bonus 2 into the bargain. That's nice. Oh, that is nice. Going to save that replay away. I have a feeling that there might be 1 or 2 little squabbles in that one. I'm not sure, but did see a couple of cars going round. Maybe they dropped them on their own. I'm not quite sure. It's a bit difficult to tell. But yeah, it got a bit close on a couple of locations. Welsh Boy says, I agree, Mitchell. I would like that track. Absolutely. Yeah, it would be wicked. I mean, you've got the Iron Man Subaru. It would just go hand in hand. It would go hand in hand. Ollie, never driven that car before. Now, well, now you have. Now you know you like it. Because you monstered that. Look at it. Ollie, a 202.299. If you look down the list there, the only one that's close is Richard with a 203, but a second faster than anybody else. Ollie, what were you doing in that car? Have you got a can of Kobe juice in the back of that or something? Ollie in first with a 202.299. I got second with a 204.446. Gamer Dan chasing me down. He could have taken me. A 204.932 in third. Sfifa fourth. Richard Source in fifth. Greg White sixth. Drat Fury seventh. Number 1 Pops in 8th, Wills in 9th, Rita 10th, and Borky in 11th. But your top 3, Ollie, me, and Gamer Dan. That is some pretty impressive company up there, I have to say. Did enjoy that very much. Right, I think, are we in the Porsches for this one? We are in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the 992 model for this one. Ollie says, all down here. I can promise you that. No way, mate. Come on. You're on a roll now. You're on a roll. Right, manufacturer. Let's go grab the Porsche. You know what I'm like with Porsches. I love them. They hate me. I can't even find it. There it is. And it is the 992 that we're after. Is it that one? 911 GT3 RS. No, it's not that one. There's two 992s. I never knew that. There you go. See, I don't know my Porsches very well. Oh, this is another one where we need to lean on the what's it? Trail mountain, racing mediums and racing hards for this one. So we've got to run both compounds of tyre in this. I am race starting at, oh, I'm going to go 5 past on this one. That gives us just over 5 minutes. Alabalabushi, good evening. Good evening, good evening. Right, so 2 and 2 tyre and fuel for this one. Let's get out there. I'm going to sneeze in a moment. Oh! Oh! Whoa! In Poland, if you sneeze, it means somebody's just told the truth. Well, I should be sneezing all the time then, shouldn't I? Maybe that's why I suffer from hay fever in the summer. It's always sneezing in the summer. So what happens then in a court of law when somebody's on trial and the jury is completely confused as to what is the truth and isn't, and then the judge has a sneezing fit? That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Or the jury go, ooh, maybe the judge knows something we don't know. I never knew that. It's like in the UK when your ears are burning, people say somebody's talking about you. Oh, a burp cancels it out. Oh my God. So what happens if you sneeze once and burp twice? Or what happens if you sneeze twice and burp once? And God forbid it should come out the other end. Oh, I hate to think what that means. Oh my gosh. No, don't go there. I shouldn't have said that. I thought that, and I shouldn't. Or sometimes when I'm streaming, I shouldn't say what I'm thinking, because yeah, that's just lowered the tone somewhat. Trigger wasn't going to bring that one up. Some good old times coming out already. Look, 155s. Somebody's going to be in a 154 in a minute. It's FIFA and Game of Damn, both with 155s. There we go, Welsh boy. Just banged in a 154.4. Oh, did he get... I'm a bit confused now. Because it's saying the Gamer Down's done a 154.4, but Welsh boy's done a 154.4, but Gamer Down is top of the tree. Or is that only the ones that are out on track? I'm really confused now. I'm going to guess that Welsh boy banged in that fastest lap and then he's sitting in the pits. And therefore it's not showing his time. Because he is a country mile ahead of anybody else at the moment. But why would it hide his time? Now he goes to the top. Oh, I am confused. What is Gran Turismo doing? Well, let's just jump out of this. I've got nobody behind me, so let's just jump out of there and we'll go and see who we got. So we got 12 runners in this one. Wheels Racing, Gr.x, Gamer Dan, FIFA, Welsh Boy, Richard Source, Ollie, me, Drak Fury, Rita, Borky, and number 1. Those are your runners as it stands. And I think Welsh Boy is out front at the moment. I think. We will have to see as it goes. Yeah, Welsh Boy says it's because I went in the pits. That's a bit... I was hoping that they'd stopped doing that. Where when somebody goes in the pits, it jumps their time off. Because I want to see who's actually got the fastest lap time. And although you can see who's got the fastest lap time, if the second, third and fourth are in the pits, you can't see their time. It'd be nice to know what their time is. I don't know why they do that. I really don't. Yeah, Dan says, always been that way. If the leader goes off track, it takes them off the leaderboard. It's annoying when they do that. I thought that had finished. I really hope that they're done away with that. Right. Race is starting at 5 past, so just under a minute. And just to recap, we have got, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to turn my fan on because it's getting awfully warm in here already. We might be in December, but this room warms up so quickly when I've got all of my gear on. Let me just go back over to here as well and just see what's going on. Right, where are we? Wheels Racing, Gr.x, Gamer Dance, FIFA, Welsh Boy, Richard Source, Ollie, me, Drak Fury, Rita, Borky, and number 1. Those are your runners for this one. We're all in the same car. The 992, the 2022 model. It's a single make race. You will need to, let me just double check. You will need to change your tyres. Medium and hard tyres are required for this one. Which ones you start on is entirely your call. So grab your tyres now because we are going racing. Right. Let's see how things go. Right, I'm just going to give it a moment or two just so that people can get in to onto the right tyres that they want. I did say we would start at 5 past. It is 5 past, so just giving people a little bit of a courtesy just to jump on the right tyres. Gamer Dan is just saying you're expecting too much from a real driving simulator. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, okay, so I think everybody should have been able to change their tyres. Who's going on the mediums? Who's going on the hards? Ooh, this is going to be interesting to see how things pan out on this one. I have got the ability now to force a pit stop as well, so we could just go racing soft tyres for a whole race, but people have got to come in and pit and just do a drive through. I can't quite see the point of that, but it does mean that we can have that option if we want to mimic a daily race. Right, let's go. Wow, these Porsches are jumping. In front. I think they've got happy bottoms. Oh, number one Pops is lagging a bit there, I think. I've got two very, very, very fast racers on my back bumper here. Well, I did have. One's just gone through. Still got wheels on the outside of me here. Right, now we get to see who's got what tyres. Quite a few people started on the hards. Ollie, Dan and number one have gone through. Also fourth and fifth, I don't know who they are, but Gr.x, FIFA, me and a few others, Jack Fury, Richard Source, all in to the pits. So this is going to give a little bit of a divided race now. And of course you don't know whether you have got into the mix with people that you would want to be racing, or have those that you would like to be racing with gone through. Who knows? Oh, we got a yellow flag out. Not quite sure who or what that was for. Didn't see anything out on track. Definitely want to make sure that we get back to green before we start doing any overtakes, but we are suitably far behind at the moment. Not to have to worry about that. I haven't seen a green, but we must be back to green racing now. We've got quite a battle going on just ahead of us. 4 cars going into the tight left-hander up here. Oh, gone a little bit too deep. I'm going to assume the guys up here are pitted. Got 2 more in. That's Wills and Welsh Boy, I think, in. Ollie and Wills Racing, maybe. Got a load of cars all together here. Ooh. Did I just hit number one? It's a bit difficult when it's glitching. I'm not sure whether I did or I didn't, or whether he just... Ooh, I don't know whether to carry on or back out. Chat, what should I do? What should I do? I'm keeping on going, but I'm wondering whether I should have backed out of that one. Baronel, good evening. It was a bit hard to tell. I was trying to leave enough space with the car moving around the way that it was, but it was just very, very, very difficult. RL9010, good evening to you too. Hard to leave space when the car is glitching like that. It is difficult. It's very difficult because you don't really know where the car is. We did our best. I'm just not sure whether we connected or not. I don't normally race a Porsche this well. All the racing with Sophie recently must be paying off. Might catch the guys in front. I'll apologise to Pops in the chat afterwards. But like you're saying, it's very, very difficult to know exactly where he was on track. These guys just a little bit too good for me up front at the moment. But all in all, I'm actually quite happy with that. 7th in a Porsche. Woo! Very, very, very happy. Wow. Wow. What a race up front. Look at that. Look at those times. Greg White with a 1 second penalty really hurt. Otherwise, he'd have been 0.3 of a second off of Ollie. But then just behind, you've got Gamer Dan 3.375, Wills 3.648, and Spifa 3.915. Those three absolutely on each other's tails. Absolutely incredible. Such a shame that Greg got that 1 second penalty at the end there. Just absolutely incredible stuff. Whew. Welsh boys just apologising for the bump with Rita. I apologise to number one. I'm not quite sure whether we did touch or not. And number one, you'll notice another livery for the McLaren team. Loving number one's liveries this evening. I believe he's got all of his cars with some sort of Lando nod to Lando. William is raring to go. Gamer Dan, why were the cars bouncing at the start line? I don't know. They were bouncing all over the place. For those of you that want to get your cars ready, on the next one, we're off to Tokyo Expressway East in a GT500, a GR2 car, any of the GT500s. But be aware that we have tyres and fuel in this next one coming up. But before we do that, we will have a look at the result. The result, Ollie 2K out in first with a 1:53.603. Fastest lap did go to Greg White with a 1:53.592, so fractionally quicker. And unfortunately, they were 0.3 across the line together. But Greg did get that 1 second penalty, which has dropped him back a little bit into second. Gamer Dan still in third, so Greg didn't lose a place. But that was fortunate for him. But Gamer Dan in third with a 1:54.436. Wills in fourth and Spifa in fifth, but absolutely nothing between Dan, Wills and Spifa on the line. Incredible stuff. Welsh Boy in sixth. I got seventh. Jack Fury in eighth. Number one in ninth. Richard in 10th. Borky 11th. And Rita in 12th. Your top three for that one. Ollie, Greg and Gamer Dan. Well done to you guys indeed. Fantastic racing from you guys. Right. Okay, we've got a slightly longer race this time. So this one is going to be 8 laps around here. And I'm just going to pop into the settings. Rita's going to spectate this next one. I'm going to just check the game settings, or race settings, I should say, just so that we can cover off what's what. But we're back to randomised races tonight. These are all races that are in the randomiser that we know and love. And we've got some really great races tonight. So we are at Tokyo Expressway East, clockwise 8 laps. Custom weather, it's midnight. It always is around here. Grid style, fastest first. Look at this, tyre wear 7 and fuel consumption rate 4. GR2s, racing tyre, any racing tyre you want, but there is no pit stop. The big question is, what car do you go with? What car do you go with? And what do you do about those tyres? What do you do about those tyres? Do you go with a harder compound and try and get to the end? Guess what? I am going to start this race at 25 past. So people are not going to get the opportunity to find out. It really is going to be a gamble, or have people done their homework earlier on? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Number one has dressed up the wrong one. Outlaw, pop out and see number one. See if you can find one. See if you can find one. So the cars of choice here, as far as I am concerned, is the GTR GT500, the Lexus SC430 GT500, the Honda NSX GT500, and there is also a GTR Nismo GT500. And I'm actually going to go with this one here. I think number one is just popped off to grab a livery, so I'm just going to give him a few minutes. Number one is running Lando Norris liveries all night tonight. I've been really enjoying watching the liveries he's come out with. The kart that he did originally was in Lando's helmet, looking really, really smart. Where on earth he found that from, I don't know. Or if he did that livery, bang on, it looked really good. And then we've seen, like in the last one, you had the orange with the OK sponsor on there. So I am going to wait for number one. I did say we'll get going in a couple of minutes, but I am going to wait until he comes back. I should be out there and racing. Interestingly, everybody has gone for the GTR with the exception of Greg, who's gone for the Lexus. And at the moment, we are waiting for Rita and Borky to choose their cars. Borky's gone for the NSX. So we got a couple of wildcards in here, but mostly GTR Nismos, the 2016 model. Wheels Racing going for the GTR 2008 model. He's going for the older one. I'm not sure what Rita's going for at the moment. And we wait with bated breath to see what number one Pops comes back with. He's just jumped back into the room. Well, Rita's not going to go with anything because she's going to be watching. I did read it. I did read it. Going to spectate this next one. Which car is Outlaw has gone for the GTR GT500 2008, and again another OKX livery, a nod to McLaren and their achievements this year in the Formula One. I'm liking that. I've got the McLaren top on tonight for exactly the same. This is my Lando top. I wish I could race like Lando Norris, although I'm racing better tonight than I have been in a long old while. How we're going to do in this one, I don't know, because I haven't been doing any practice. I'm jibber-jabbering instead. But, yeah, really, really, really enjoying it. I'll tell you one of the other things. I'm enjoying this so much that I am going to throw out the next 5 of my memberships that I'm allowed to do. I don't know who's going to get those. Lapin has got one. Gran Turismo, the New Era. Super Toxic's got one. And Peter Saint. So, yeah, some good names have bounced out in that one. Well done to all of you guys. Right, let's get going. So, do you go racing soft? Do you go racing mediums? Do you go racing hards? Difficult to know. Difficult to know on this one. I think we're doing 8 laps. I think we've got to do around here as well. We are 8 laps. Unusual way round for us, this one. Come on, get round, get round, get round, get round. So we've got Gamer Dan out front at the moment, Ollie in second. Getting a little bit of a bump draft at the moment. Thank you very much for that. Just closing up. Am I? Have we lost somebody? Please don't tell me we've had another lobby dropout. We have. Who's got kicked? No, Gamer Dan. Dan. Why is it always you that gets kicked? There was a lot of people last week. There's been a lot of people getting bumped out since the update. Oh no, one too deep. I forgot which corner that was. Ah, that's a pain. I thought we were doing the other way round. Things were going so well until then. Damage on the front now, so I'm not able to get through these corners properly. It's a bad hit on my part. Hello, Rachel. Thank you for popping in. Ooh. Oh. Not able to get past track there. Come on. He's going really well out front at the moment. Looking almost untouchable at the minute. I've gone too deep again into that corner. It really is my nemesis. For anybody wondering, that's Coda dreaming. He's absolutely fine. He's dreaming of me winning at the moment. Unfortunately, it is a pipe dream. Annoyingly, I think I might have followed Greg into that one. Are we going to have anybody else pitting in this one, I wonder? Oh yes, we've got somebody in. Svifa's in. How the guys up front are doing. Ollie out front, Welsh boy in second, Greg White in third. I'm fourth at the moment. Still gone too wide and sliding through there. Don't want to burn these tyres out too much. Oh no, I've got to slide across that one. Greg 3.7 ahead at the moment. Seconds behind, so we could shoot for fourth here. Don't think there's any chance that we can catch the guys up front unless they have an accident. I'm putting in the walls too much at the moment. Also need to be careful of the fuel. 10 seconds to Drat behind. Ollie, Welsh Boy and Greg have gone through. So they should be okay on fuel and tyres. I'm going to assume. Greg is 5 seconds down the road. Well, was there for a moment. There's no way we're going to catch Greg. So let's just wind this in. Where is Drat? 7.5 behind. He's not going to have any fuel issues. Oh no, did Ollie get kicked as well? No way! No, that's 2 game crashes tonight. What is going on? What is going on with PD at the moment since this update? Oh, you were first, weren't you, Ollie? I think Ollie was out front. Yeah, okay, we'll give you that one, my friend. We'll give you that one. You've been on fire tonight. Absolutely on fire. Thank you, Welsh Boy. I appreciate that. Oh, Rachel, what happened to her last night as well? Gamer Dan, same as always after an update with PD. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it is not good at the moment with these lobbies crashing. It's not the lobby that's crashing. It's just people seem to get dropped out at random. So I got a podium. Well, actually, no, I didn't. On screen, I got a podium. I'm going to be robbed of it. If I give Ollie that place, I have to give up my podium, Ollie. If I give you that. Oh, that's a tough one. I could finish the night on a podium, or I can hold it. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's tough. Oh, Rachel, no, I've got a long way to go for my target. I've taken the target off because I haven't had a chance to update it over the last, over the weekend. I've got a long, long way to go yet. A long, long way to go that. I really wish I had. But no, I've got a fair old way to go yet. I just didn't think it was fair to put the figure up there if I haven't had a chance to update it over the weekend. Right, so the result. Ollie was first. I don't know what his time was, but Ollie was the winner there. Welsh Boy in second with a 146.946. Greg White in third with a 147.686. I got fourth. Drat Fury fifth. Svifa sixth. Wills seventh. Borky eighth. Number one Pops in ninth. And Dan with a DNF because it bumped him out. And Ollie did get the fastest lap, a 146.388. As he crossed the line, he got bumped out as well. He was the winner. But I'm really, really sorry for Dan and Ollie. It has got to be demoralizing. Did I watch? I did watch the F1 race. Yes, very much so. A gamer down saying that he and Ollie were so fast they outdrove the servers. You could be right there. You could be absolutely right. What have we got with 15 minutes? We got 15 minutes, guys. Let's head off to the Nords. Now, unfortunately, I can't do this backwards, but we'll do a quick one. And I'm going to go for... I'm going to go for a GR3 one here. Go and grab your favourite GR3 car, guys. And we'll do a quick Nord. Ollie, can we all use the new Ferrari? Yes, that would be a good idea. If you got the new Ferrari. Only thing is, we might find that not everybody's got it. That's the only thing. If you don't, then just anyone that you have got. I love this new Ferrari. Love it to bits. And I'm going to get this one going as soon as I can. We'll get this one underway as soon as we can. Oh, I've enjoyed the races tonight. Been really, really good. Randomiser come up with some bangers. I didn't do the kart one because I don't like karts. But what a race that was. We had some fantastic entertainment. Ollie, you got a new Friends livery? That doesn't look like a Friends livery. That looks like a Langley's livery. Oh no, no, it's got the livery. It's got the Friends on the side. It has got the Friends on the side. There we go. It has got the little friend icon on the side there. They're both there, either side of the rear wheel. They're both there. They are there. Right, let's have a look and see where we're at. So I want to get this one going as soon as we can. I'm just waiting for Barrier and Borky to join us. I'm going to say it. Please tick in. They'll tick in by the time I've done this. I'm going to suspect that Dan will not join us. He's probably not going to do it with the crash, I would imagine. Ah, Ollie says Langley's is my dad's company. Cool beans. And Ollie, you're going to chuck that URL out there? Are you going to put that URL out in the chat? If you do, I'll talk about it. I didn't think Dan would. I know, I get demoralised as well when that happens. I get so fed up when that happens. It's so annoying. I just got to do a quick check. Okay, that's all good. That's all good. We're good. We're good to go. Right, just waiting for Crasher. Okay, Crasher's going to wait. So we've got Wheels Racing, Greg White, Welsh Boy, Ollie, me, Barrier, Drak Fury, Rita St. James, Borky, and Outlaw. Crasher is going to be watching. And I think that Ollie is just going to throw up the URL in a moment. I'll wait for him to pop that up and then we will go racing because I think he's in this one. He is. He is. He is. Of course he is. Of course he is. Of course he is. Right. Come on, come on, Ollie. What are you doing? There we go. There we go. So, yeah, that's fine. So we go there. I'm just going to have a quick look. There we go. This is the 1066 radio controlled raceway. It is a new venture, I believe, that Ollie and his dad have done. They've built out the back of his workshop a completely brilliant radio controlled track. If you guys are into your radio controlled stuff and you're close to Ollie, look up that Facebook page. And even if you haven't, please do me a favour and pop along to that Facebook page and just drop it a like and maybe drop a comment on there. Give him a little bit of engagement. I'm going to do that a little bit later on. But good luck with your new venture, Ollie, and your dad. I hope it goes well. And if I'm up your neck of the woods and you're racing, I'll pop in and watch. My radio control days are well gone, and I was rubbish when I used to do it. Absolutely rubbish. I was so bad that my radio control car had a black motor which was illegal, and they still let me used to race with it because I was that bad. Whoa, that's getting off the line a bit slow. What's up with that? I did not want to move. Just checking my brake pedal, make sure I haven't put my controller down on the button. No, it's good. Ollie, you need to stick that up in our Discord as well, mate, at some point. Whoa! No, I'm not normally a great Ferrari fan, but I adore this Ferrari. I think it's probably my second favourite car in the whole of the game now. Gran Turismo really need to get some more of the new GT3 cars in the game. Really do. A little bit wide there. Has anybody done this backwards yet? I've done one run backward and it absolutely messed with my head. I have a real problem with doing real world circuits backwards. I don't mind doing the fictional ones backwards. When it comes to the real world ones, it just feels wrong. Oh, I lost traction up, getting right up behind Welsh Boy's wing there. And again. Is that dirty air? Doing that? Wonder. Thank you to whoever has just said about going backwards and becoming a friend of the barrier. I'm afraid I can't I can't catch your name, unfortunately, while I'm trying to race. I apologise. I can read Gart and I can't read the rest. But thank you for popping in and saying hello and for dropping the comment. As you can see, I really want to read that name out, but I can't read it. I'm trying to do this. Wow, why is Ollie going so slow? He wants to get the livery on the stream. That's what he wants. Come on, come on, roll you around. Oh, no, 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 no! I've got dirty tyres. Ollie's got dirty tyres. Who's feeling the bravest through here? This is the section that always gets me. With Ollie at all. Oh, no, 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 no. Tyres. Oh, we were going so well until the end there. And just a bit of a couple of little lapses of concentration. How do you put, is that Gr.x? Is that how, is it silent T? Have I pronounced that? Is it Gr.x or Gr.x, or have I got it completely wrong? Wow, look at this for a photo finish between the two. Barrier and Rita right across the line together. Nothing between them. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Nothing at all. 5/100ths of a second. My word. Absolutely incredible. And we saw Ollie's livery, beautiful livery a few times there, the special French livery with the Langleys on it. Wow. What a race. What a great way to finish up an absolutely brilliant stream. Gr.x says that's one to watch back one night. I haven't watched one back in a while. I have to say, but we'll save that replay. It did look like a cracker of a race. I was doing okay and then I dropped it. That's a brilliant car for that track. Absolutely incredible car. Ooh. Beginning to wonder whether that is one that should go in the randomiser. as a straight race. I do like that one. Oh, number one Pop says that car is dreadful. No, no, I love it. I love it. I'm really, really loving that car. Of all the Ferraris, I don't do very well in the Ferraris. That Ferrari is one that rocks it for me. Greg White was your winner with an 8:25.883 lap. Drac Fury in second. Wheels Racing in third. Welsh Boy fourth. Barrier in fifth. Rita in sixth. Those two crossing the line pretty much together, Barrier and Rita. Absolutely amazing drag out of the last corner. I got seventh. Ollie was eighth. Number one in ninth. And Borky in 10th on that one. Your top three, Greg White, Drac Fury and Wheels Racing. Congratulations, guys. Really, really appreciate the racing tonight. Unfortunately, that is me done for tonight. I will say thank you ever so much. I'm going to jump out the room now because I have some other bits and pieces I need to do. But thank you ever so much to everybody that has raced with me this evening. Thoroughly enjoyed it, as always. All randomizer races, those, and some cracking ones in there. We're going to be back tomorrow at 7:30 to get ready for the TCSRL race at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be getting in late tomorrow, so it's going to be really tough on timing. But hopefully I will be on at 7:30. If not, I should be online for the race at 8 o'clock. From 9 onwards, we'll be doing some more randomizer races. And I will see you then. I don't know that I'm getting any time this week at work, unfortunately, to do any running in the afternoon, as much as I would like to. But I'm hoping to get back into the daily races very, very soon. But for now, tomorrow is going to be a busy day. So for those of you asking about the daily races during the day, unfortunately, I can't do them at this precise moment in time because of work pressures. But we will be back, hopefully 7:30, if not 8 o'clock tomorrow. See you then. For now, take care. Look after yourself. Have a great morning, evening, night, day, afternoon, evening, whatever I've missed, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Have a great one, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.